Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to solve problem number 17 of LeetCode question, which is climbing stairs. This is the most famous and beginner friendly dynamic problem question. The question states that you are given a staircase. It takes n steps to reach at the top. Each time you can either climb one step or two steps. In how many distinct ways you can climb to the top? So this is easy mark question. Let's understand this. So in this has n stairs. So in distinct ways, in how many distinct ways you can reach at the top of the stairs? Let's suppose case 1. Let's given n equals to 1. So in how many ways you can climb at the top? So only one way. Let's suppose n equals to 2 is given. Then first way is you can climb one step and then again one step, that is you are on the top. First way. Second could be you take two step initial. These are the two ways in which you can climb. Let's suppose case number 3 and given say 3. Then how could you climb? Take then first you could take first step, one step. This is the first way. Then second could be take one step and again taking two step. This is the second way. And third could be two step first, then one step. You are at the top. Let's suppose n equals to 4. Then possible ways could be 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 and again one step plus one step and two step at last. Then one step for two step at second and one step at last. Then two step and two step, this four step. You could take second step, two step at initial and then one plus one. Then total five step, five distinct ways you can climb. When n equals to 3, there are three distinct ways you can climb at the top. And when n equals to 2, there are two distinct ways, and for n equals to 1, there are one way. Let's observe this. When n was 1, there was one way. When n was 2, there was two ways. When n was 3, there was three ways. 2 plus 1 means when n was 4, then 5 means 3 plus 2. When n was 4, 5, n equals to 5, there are 8 ways. 5 plus 3. So there is pattern. You can see pattern. Means if we are at let's suppose third step, then how many ways, what are the possible ways, you distinct possible ways you can came to top is 2 plus 1. If we are at fifth step, then what are possible ways? 3 plus 2 is 5. And when we are at fifth step and last, when we are at fifth place, then 5 plus 3 means total 8 is. So let's suppose this is our staircase. This is the first staircase, second, third, fourth, fifth. So if we are at here, so what are the ways from which we have come from? Either we could came from here to here or from here to here, because only one step and or two step is possible. Only one or two step is possible according to the question. So either we have came from fourth or we have came from third. So on nth, on suppose we want to find on there are n numbers of stairs, then how many ways it could be? It could be n minus 1 means from the previous stair, or ways of n minus 2. This is the pattern. So again let's see same thing by drawing. If we are at first step, then there are only one way. If we are at second step, then there are two ways to climb up to there. If we are at third step, there are three ways. And if we are at fourth step, then last means this plus this means total five ways. And if we are at this step, then what are the possible ways? Could be this plus this means 5 plus 3 is 8 ways. And if we are at this place means 6 stairs, and what are the possible ways is 8 plus 5 means total 13 ways to climb. This is the Fibonacci sequence. Let me tell next sequence starting from 1. Then this will be sum of these two is 3. Then next element will be sum of last two means 5. Next Fibonacci number will be sum of last two element, and so on. So let's see how the code looks like. So we have to return integer. Let's the function name is solve. We have given n means n staircases. So for initial, if code starts like if n is less than or equals to 2, return n. For n equals to 1, we know there is only one possible way. For n equals to 2, there are two possible ways. So if n equals to 1, then it will return 1, and if n equals to 2, then it will return 2. So for n greater than 2, let's mark two variable int a equals to 1 and int b equals to 2. Then we will use for loop int I equals to 3, I less than equals to n, I plus plus. So using temp variable, storing the sum of a plus b in temp variable, so again initializing a equals to b and b equals to a in temp, and now we will return b. So this is our code for climbing and stairs. Let's dry run this. N equals to, let's say, 6. So this will check the value of n is less than equals to 2, then it is false. So initializing variable a with 1 and b with 2. Now we are on the loop from I equals to 3 to 6. So when I equals to 3, then temp will be a plus b means 1 plus 2 means 3, and a equals to 2, it will be and b equals to 3. When I equals to 4, the temp will be a plus b means 5, and a will be 3 and b will be 5. Here when I equals to 5, temp will be sum of these two means a plus b means 8, and a will be 5 and b will be 8. and I equals to 6, temp will be 13 and A will store 8 and B will store 13. At last we have to return B means 13. For n equals to 6 there are 13 ways by which we can climb. So result is 13 ways for n equals to 6. So let's code it on LeetCode. Now we will write the condition if n is less than equals to 2, then return n, initializing a variable with 1 and b variable with 2. Now using for loop for int I equals to 3, I less than equals to n, and incrementing the value of I till last, and now using temp variable and adding a plus b in temp, and now we will change the value of a and b semicolon should be here. At last we will return b. So this is the full code. Let's run it. You can see test 1 and test case 1 and 2 are passed, and now let's submit. Here it has accepted all 45 test cases. Thank you. Please like, share and subscribe. Thank you for watching.